It's Sunday, October 9th, 2016, and the most important item in the news this morning is that Russia is moving advanced surface-to-air missiles into Syria. That's important because the potential targets of those missiles would be United States military aircraft. That would portend possible explosive warfare between the United States and Russia, as it is sometimes referred to, World War III, nuclear global warfare. Is that likely? No. Is it possible? Yes. Are we beginning to skate on the edge? Yes. Is this important for me? No. I'm old. If I get blown up tomorrow, oh well. For whom is it important? Look around you sometime and see if you notice little children. That's who it's important for. And whose responsibility is it to look out for their future? It's ours. About 3 years ago, I'll say Washington so as to avoid mentioning names. Washington suggested that we ought to attack Syria because Syrian President Assad was practicing warfare against factions of his own people. The American public rose up with street protests, meetings, and all manner of protests to say no, no, no. We do not want to attack Syria. The phone lines to Washington were metaphorically melted because we Americans don't like war, believe it or not. Particularly, and I've witnessed this in my lifetime, particularly after what we went through in Vietnam. It educated us so deeply, so horribly, to the fact that war is bad. We don't want it. So why do we have it all the time? We're constantly at war. We're at war in Syria right now. So what happened? 3 years ago we said no war in Syria. Why are we fighting in Syria? Why are we approaching some kind of potential conflict with Russia that could escalate to a global humanitarian, civilizational disaster? What's going on? This is why it's happening. The people in Washington who currently govern the nation and who have governed the nation, virtually forever, they love war. They worship at the altar of warfare. Why is that? Well, for one thing, they don't fight the wars. Do you think any senators or the presidents, does the commander-in-chief put on a uniform and fly to Syria and drop in and, start fighting, leading the troops? This way, boys! No, that doesn't happen. The president and senators and House members sit cloistered in fancy accommodations in Washington, sipping martinis, while they send other people to go die and kill people all around the globe. Please forgive me if I'm a little upset and poorly organized this morning. This news has me concerned. So why does Washington love war? It's really simple. They are supported by the entities, the corporations that make, I can't think of an adjective to describe the amounts of money that they make. I rode my bicycle, from Seattle to Jacksonville recently, Florida. And when I headed out, I started actually in Federal Way and bicycled up to Seattle. and bicycle through a Boeing aircraft facility. I'd never been through it before. The road goes right through the middle of it. I cannot describe. It's like something out of a science fiction movie, how colossal it is. And when I commented on it later to someone, they said, oh, well, that's not the big one. These corporations that support warfare and make astronomical, unimaginable sums of money from warfare funnel a lot of that money to whom? To politicians for their re-election campaigns. Why do politicians want to be re-elected? That's how they keep their power, their nobility. They're like royalty. They live lives of luxury and power that we ordinary citizens cannot imagine. And they want to maintain it. And these masters of war, the war profiteers, support them. And in turn, the politicians in Washington promote and allow warfare. I'll wrap this up now. Congress is supposed to be in charge of whether or not we go to war. It's not supposed to be the executive branch. Congress is supposed to represent the people. Congress does not represent the people. We all know that. Here's the good news. I'll finish this. I've got to get ready for church anyway. We are going to overthrow this evil, destructive, dangerous government that we have. Dangerous to whom? To me, again, now I don't care. Dangerous to the children for whom I am responsible and you are responsible. And we are not meeting our responsibility until we overthrow this government. We will not have met that responsibility. I don't mean overthrow it by force of arms. I've said that many times. We're going to overthrow it politically. And we the citizens, are going to take charge of Congress. We're going to say to the presidency, I'm not talking about any particular president whom you might like or dislike. We're going to say to the office of the presidency, you do not start wars. You're one person and you are not authorized, you're not empowered to put our nation and our children at that risk. We the people are, through our Congress, and we'll tell you when it's time to go to war. And we will not go to war unless we have no other choice, because we the people do not like war. We're going to take that power unto ourselves, and we are going to guard it most judiciously. We're going to quit voting for political party candidates. We're going to quit voting for incumbents. We're going to vote only for congressional candidates who will serve one term. They won't become professional politicians. Go to the website and you'll see how we're going to do this. Please excuse my agitation, but this is not good. Let me end on a positive note. We're going to correct it. We're going to fix it. We're going to solve this problem. We'll get this damned presidential race behind us. And then we'll start focusing on the revolution, the political revolution that we are going to carry out. And we're going to correct this very old, horrible problem that we have allowed to exist for far too long in this country and around the world because of our irresponsibility up to this point. We've been too damn lazy and too fearful to take charge, but we're going to now.